No rain this week. Up early and at it. Starts with Richard again. That's Richard Parsons of Stan Parsons and Son. He's doing the concrete work, and they've been great. First step today, get the line snapped on the footers for the walls. The blue chalk line is the outside wall. Then they start connecting the forms. They come in various width to accommodate both walls. They connect to each other, making two walls, and then a steel tie rod connects the two walls so there's a uniform width all the way around. There's a lot of connector blocks. You can see the vertical steel bars that will be sandwiched between the walls. This makes a solid connection between the footer and the walls. You can also see the boards they installed on the inside just below the top. These are for them to walk around on while they're pouring the concrete. The corners get special pieces to connect everything at perfect 90-degree angles. There's also a few special openings in the concrete. Hey, what was Sitka up to? Trying to steal gloves? They actually really like Sitka. Although every new person who showed up on the site, they would tell them that she was a vicious attack dog and to keep an eye on her. It was pretty funny. Here's the crawl space access door. They sandwich it between the forms, nail it in, and then pour concrete around it. These are beam pockets. They're the pockets in the concrete that will support the ends of the beam that runs down the center of the house and under the mudroom. You can see that they line up where the top of the concrete will be. More steel. This time it's run horizontally in the walls and tied together with the others to make one support web. Eventually, they place the last form. Then they place what looks like supports, but they're not. They have an adjustment screw at the top, the portion nailed to the form. This is so they can move the top of the wall in and out, making it straight and plumb. Then they go around and place line boards at the top. Here you can see one installed at the top on the left wall on the outside. These boards keep the forms aligned. Then out comes the laser level again. This time they establish a consistent level line on the inside of the forms to pour the concrete so the wall is level. Just before the concrete arrives, they spray the inside of the forms with a release agent. This ensures the forms come off. He's walking around on the scaffolding that they attached earlier. This time they couldn't take the chance of the concrete truck getting stuck. The walls are too high to try to shuttle the concrete back and forth from the truck to the forms, so they brought in a $200 an hour truck. I mean a concrete pumping truck. By the way, no one's getting Christmas gifts this year. It was pretty cool, though. It reached from the solid road to the very back of the house. Then we just needed a concrete truck. And they could start building walls. How this guy never fell off the top is beyond me. The operator has a remote control that he wears to control the flow and the arm. He can put the concrete exactly where he wants. Here they're filling the front wall under the mudroom. You can see on the outside the board at the top that keeps all the forms aligned. You also see the alignment arm that they nailed to it so they can move it in and out when the pour is finished. When they're done, they pump any remaining concrete back into the concrete truck. Then they fold everything up and stop charging me. I mean, they leave. It doesn't take long with a pump truck, thank goodness. Now it's time to smooth the top and place the sill bolts. These bolts anchor the house to the foundation. Here they are twisting that adjustment arm to get the wall nice and straight. All done, so the supervisor showed up to look it over. And then the next day, all the forms have to come off, be cleaned, and then stacked. Supervising from the shade again. The other project this week was to finish the well. This started with digging from the pump house to the well. That's the pump house tipped up so they can get under it to work. They also trenched out to the future site for the shop, and in the direction where I'll place the garden next year. And they also trenched to the house. Lines from the well and out to the house they just trenched for. Then they made the connection to the well. They used a connector called a pitless adapter. This allows the water to exit the well several feet below the ground, and not out of the top, so it doesn't freeze. Then they ran the other lines, to the house, and to the hydrant for the garden. The other black pipe there is for the shop when it's built. There's also a yard hydrant at the well. Then they wired the pump and connected it to the first segment of pipe. Taping electric wires every few feet, they started to feed it down the well. The well's 380 feet. The pump will be placed at 320 feet, and it will have 200 feet of water above it. Plenty of water. I wished I had left the audio on so you could have heard these two guys. They're very professional and super knowledgeable, but they went back and forth at each other like an old married couple. I told them they needed their own reality show. Every so often they'd place these spacers. They keep the pipe centered in the well. Then, before the final connection below ground, we turned the pump on. Water. Then they were gone. The only thing left is the bill. Walls, water, and oh yeah, the shipping container and the household goods arrived. I wonder if the guys who loaded it stayed in the trailer to help unload it. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know if you like these videos with a thumbs up.